Meet the new Raptor R, the most extreme truck you can buy from a dealership. And it's been a long time coming. You see, enthusiasts weren't exactly the biggest fans of Ford's choice to put a V6 in the second-gen Raptor. It felt almost sacrilegious. Putting salt on the wound, Ram released the Hellcat-powered 702 horsepower TRX. Well, Ford's been working in the background silently producing the craziest truck ever made. The star of the show is Ford's Predator engine used in the Shelby GT500. We hoped and prayed this would be the case, and Ford delivered, making 700 horsepower and 640 pound-feet of torque. This truck makes more horsepower than some supercars. It's down on horsepower a bit from the Shelby, but Ford claims the retuned engine makes 25% more torque throughout the entire RPM range than the GT500. I also think it's cool Ford went with 700 horsepower instead of one-upping the TRX and doing 703. Ford knows even with less power, it's a significantly faster truck. The red line has been lowered from 7,500 to 7,000 RPM, allowing for a smaller supercharger pulley. They've also revised the intake and added a more free-flowing exhaust system. The engine is mated to a 10-speed automatic with a unique torque converter to handle all of that power. And of course, the truck is all-wheel drive, which can be switched between 4 high, 4 low, 4 automatic, and 2 high. The interior changes are subtle, honestly. Most of the plastic is blacked out, and we've got a new triaxial carbon fiber weave dash that looks amazing. The interior does look very nice, although maybe not quite as upscale as the TRX. All of the R's in the Raptor have been highlighted in code orange, although in videos it almost looks a little bit more red than orange. You can even fold down the shift lever flat, allowing you to open the center console completely flat like a large table and do work or eat lunch on the job. I really like that feature. I think it's pretty trick, and I've never really seen a foldable shift lever before. Because of its aluminum construction, the Raptor R weighs 750 pounds less than the Ram TRX. That is a lot of weight. The Raptor R is predicted to hit 60 miles an hour in 4 seconds flat, well ahead of the TRX's claimed 4.5 seconds. Pricing for the new Raptor? Well, it is expensive, as you'd expect. It starts at $109,145, and there's only 2 options. You can choose to have a sunroof or not, and you can choose the color. Exterior-wise, it's honestly not a whole lot different. I do wish they did more to differentiate the exterior from the standard Raptor. One way to tell, though, is the code orange tow hooks in the front, as well as the code orange R in the Raptor logo, which does look pretty mean in the front grille. Now, last year they released the Gen 3 Raptor, which was a pretty significant update from the Gen 2. No longer does the Raptor have leaf spring suspension. The rear has a new 5-link rear suspension. The front suspension was redesigned for more wheel travel with higher technology shocks, as was 37-inch tires, which were enabled by the 5-link suspension setup. Ford viewed this generation Raptor of being worthy of putting the GT500 motor in the car. They made significant developments in the chassis between the 2nd gen and the 3rd gen, and they felt like the chassis could handle, and people on the road who bought this car would then be able to actually take advantage of a 700 horsepower engine. There is a small 5% spring rate change on the front springs to adapt to the new heavier motor. Although surprisingly, however, the massive supercharged V8 is only 100 pounds heavier than the EcoBoost engine. There also aren't a significant amount of chassis changes from the Gen 3, as it was already so good. The shocks are 3.1-inch Fox Racing shocks with 13 inches of front travel and 15 inches of rear travel. The 500-pound weight savings from the aluminum body as opposed to the steel body means this truck has a vastly superior power-to-weight ratio to the TRX, but it also gives it a distinct advantage off-road, which is the Raptor's true bread and butter. Whereas the TRX is a straight-line beast, it feels more like a mall crawler and a show-off truck, whereas the Raptor R is dedicated to off-road performance. The Raptor R will only come in one configuration, with the crew cab, shorter 5.5-foot bed, and 37-inch tires. This technically is the only truck in the world that comes standard from the factory with 37-inch tires. Yes, the new GM Hummer EV does have optional 37s, but these come as standard. which give the Raptor R a ground clearance of 13.1 inches. That's 1.3 extra inches of clearance over the TRX. Ford also upped the towing capacity on the Raptor R to 8,700 pounds. It's not only a go-fast off-road beast, it can actually be used for work and to tow large objects. The bed payload is rated to 1,400 pounds, which is awesome as well. A larger, more aggressive-styled power dome on the hood sits nearly 1 inch taller than on the base Raptor, helping extract warm air from underneath. The iconic Ford grille, bumpers, and fender flares are painted black as well to underscore its menacing looks. Standard Recaro seats sport a combination of black leather and Alcantara suede. Raptor R comes standard with a suite of smart technology to make off-roading even easier. There's Trail Turn Assist, which allows drivers to shrink their turning radius on tight turns and go even further off-road. There's Ford Trail Control that lets drivers select a set speed and steer through challenging conditions while the truck handles throttle and braking. Trail one-pedal drive allows customers to control throttle and braking with just one pedal to make extreme off-roading like rock crawling even easier. Now, keeping you connected is a standard 12-inch touchscreen with Sync 4 technology, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and more. Raptor R also benefits from Ford PowerUp over-the-air software update capability, which is honestly pretty cool. These wireless updates can offer improvements throughout the vehicle, from the sync system to enhanced quality, capability, and convenience upgrades that improve the ownership experience over time. Each drive mode is tuned to account for the added power of the supercharged V8, including an optimized Baja mode for maximum performance and control in high-speed off-roading. Drivers get even more control over how their Raptor R expresses its additional power, courtesy of a unique dual exhaust system with a true pass-through muffler and active valve system with modes for normal, sport, quiet, and Baja, which can be adjusted in My Mode feature, allowing drivers to customize multiple settings, including how it drives, the steering, suspension modes, as well as other options. And you can even save one as a single mode easily accessed with the press of the R button on the steering wheel. Well, there you guys have it. Everything you need to know about the new Raptor R. It looks incredibly promising, and I can't wait to get one out on the road and the dirt to fully test it out. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Like always, please browse the channel and subscribe. I look forward to seeing you guys next video.